Hi guys, this is Kelly, the Hammy Mama. One day I'll go into my channel name, what it means, not today though. Today I'm going to be talking about my labor and delivery story. My son is actually 5.5 months old right now, so this is going back some time, but I just started making videos, and I really just wanted to do this video so that I can go back and look on it myself, and hopefully I can put some tips in here for other people who may be pregnant and kind of looking to what may happen during labor and delivery. Just some tips maybe. Okay, first of all, my due date was August 21st, 2012. I went into labor. My contraction started on Saturday, August 18th, so I was about a week early. And all along they had been saying that my son was a little big, and that he seemed to be maybe 2 weeks ahead, but I know we timed it. I know the timing was perfect and the due date was what it was supposed to be. But anyway, no worries. Well, I want to go back for just a minute, and I want to give a couple hints, or not hints, but tips. My husband and I we did a lot of research. I am a research fanatic, so I read a lot, watch a lot of videos, movies and things. And we had our heart set on a natural childbirth. I did, watched all the movies, like Business of Being Born and all of those videos, and we just really wanted a natural childbirth, and we even invested in the Hypno Babies at home at home study series, which was very helpful. We did all of that. I want to make sure that you understand that anything can happen. Like, we had a birth plan. It was from soup to nuts. Like, I had everything down, like what we wanted, what things we didn't want, and literally everything was opposite of what I wanted. But I did, I tried to keep an open mind about it, and I went into it thinking, well, okay, some things happen, and don't be too upset if it doesn't go exactly my way, and it didn't. I did labor at home as long as I could. I don't know if you could tell by the title, I was in labor for 83 hours. So, yeah. And I stayed home for most of it, because if you were in the hospital laboring that long, they wouldn't let it go that long. And then another thing, get a doula. That was the best thing my husband and I did. Like, even though we read books and did the research and watched videos, when labor starts, it's all out the window. My poor husband, God bless him, didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. The doula, the best investment ever. She was amazing. She's kept my breathing where it was supposed to be, and she's kind of there to say, okay, I think things are progressing, we need to go to the hospital or not. She kept in touch with my midwife, so we decided to go with a midwife instead of a doctor. Well, we did have a physician backup in case something happened, which we did need. But the doula was amazing. Okay, so it's going to be a long video, I apologize. And it's going to be all over the place because this happened quite a while ago. And I did write it down, like, maybe a few weeks after. I kind of tried to remember everything and write it down. So, it's kind of fuzzy. Everything's a blur. Okay, so August 18th at about 8 o'clock in the morning, my contractions started, and there was no doubting what it was. I knew. And they were about 10 to 15 minutes apart at the time, and then they slowly progressed to 7 minutes and 6 minutes within a few hours. They became irregular in the evening. My doula came over. She spent the night with us, and they were 10 to 15 minutes apart, give or take. And she stayed the night, but then she left in the morning to get some things done, and she was sure I had time. So I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, and then in the Sunday evening they picked up, the contractions picked up more, and then all day and all night on Sunday. My midwife came over, as well as the doula. She came back, and Monday morning my midwife checked my progress, and I was dilated to about 3 to 4 centimeters. She could feel my bag of water, but she said I had plenty of time to go, ways to go. I couldn't believe it because I was sure, oh, it's, you know, it's almost time. Yeah, little did I know. Okay, so that was Monday. So it started Saturday. This is about Monday. And I don't know at what point I started leaking fluid. My water didn't break completely, but I just started kind of leaking fluid. And my husband went out and got me some adult diapers, which really helped because I leaked for about 2 days. It was ridiculous. And I could tell that there was meconium in the fluid. Yeah, so I wasn't happy about that. Okay, so everyone was encouraging me to continue to stay at home and labor, which I did, and my doula stayed most of the day on Monday. And again, the contractions kind of eased up a little bit, so she left and got some stuff done, came back, or after going to bed that night, I had to call her back at 2 a.m. because it was ridiculous, like vomiting, everything. It was, and I had, this whole time I was in and out of the shower a lot, just taking shower, and did some walking, and, you know, got on the birthing ball. I did all that stuff. My midwife came over Monday night to check my progress. Said I hadn't made too much more progress. Let's see, and then actually Tuesday morning she came over again and checked, and, you know, I was maybe about 6 centimeters dilated. And you know, she said, that's it, we're going to the hospital. I mean, it was already Tuesday morning. I started labor Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, it was 3 days. And so we went to the hospital and confirmed that there was meconium, and I had been leaking, so there really wasn't much. My midwife kind of went through the motions of breaking my water for the hospital's sake, because when your water breaks, you're on a clock, and if you don't deliver within a certain amount of time, things just get hairy. They have a protocol. I didn't want that, so she went through the motions of breaking my water, and they said, oh, meconium, litter, you know. I mean, at this point, like, things were just, they wanted me to get a IV, which I didn't want. I had to get that. I was so dehydrated because I wasn't drinking. Another tip, drink a lot of fluid. Seriously, drink a lot. Gave me an IV. Took 5 sticks to get me an IV. Yeah, 5. I have awesome veins, but I was so dehydrated. They had me on the monitor the whole time. I didn't want to be on a monitor. I wanted a birthing tub. I mean, my hospital doesn't accommodate for water births, but my midwife has a tub that they could set up in the labor room. That couldn't happen because of the meconium. And it was just ridiculous. Like, everything spun out of control so fast. They ended up putting me on Pitocin, which was the last thing I wanted, because I just couldn't progress. I mean, I was about 6 centimeters dilated and hours had passed, nothing. So I ended up getting the Pitocin, which made my contractions so much worse. My son was in a position, he was kind of posterior, he was in a position that was not ideal for birth, and he was pushing on, they said, a nerve or something that causes your body to want to push, and that's what was happening. My body was inadvertently pushing. So they checked me at some point and said that my cervix was swelling and his head started to come through, so it was molding. It was kind of sucking through, and my cervix was only 6-7 centimeters dilated. So that wasn't good. So everybody kind of said, you need an epidural. Your body needs to relax. And I was glad. I was very glad, because I wanted to be this strong person that, you know, could do it, I could do it, but I needed the epidural. It had been, I don't know how many hours. So I got the epidural. It took 3 people to find my urethra. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I guess I'm just shaped funny, I don't know. But they got it in, everything was fine. And things started getting bad again. His heart rate started going up and down, and at the wrong times, and I had to get the oxygen on, and it was just very disheartening, and I was very worried. So they kept checking me, and I wasn't progressing at all. And they just said, we need to do a C-section. You know, that's just, and I believe my midwife. Like, if an OB tells me that, they're basically surgeons. I don't know what to believe, but my midwife, when she said it, you know, I was like, okay, you know, and within 20 minutes I was in the OR. So I basically, in that whole 83 hours, like, had an epidural for maybe 3 or 4 hours. Stay tuned for the second part.